Jinna calls Jin-woo while he's resting in bed. Jinna reminds Jin-woo that she has a parent-teacher meeting today. Jinna barely recognizes her brother, Jin-woo, who has grown significantly since they last met. Jin-woo's new look, intended to make a respectable impression on the teacher, instead captivates the attention of the schoolgirls. Jinna teases him about not having a girlfriend and even offers to introduce him to some of her desperate friends. Jin-woo declines, dismissing them as unattractive, and soon they meet the teacher. The teacher lavishes Jinna with praise for being an exemplary student and proudly shares that her exceptional exam results could secure her a spot in any medical school. However, the teacher raises a concern: if Jinna undergoes an awakening, would Jin-woo allow her to pursue life as a hunter? Without hesitation, Jin-woo firmly says no. Afterward, the teacher secretly requests a meeting with however, is surprised to find Jin-woo waiting for her outside. He introduces himself as Jinna's brother, but already guesses his intentions. She bluntly states that no matter what her teacher says, she won't return to school or give up hunting. Jin-woo points out that, as an A-rank hunter, she's not equipped to make a living this way. She counters by reminding him he was once an E-rank himself. Their conversation shifts as Jin-woo reveals he isn't there to convince her to quit. Instead, he asks her to accompany him elsewhere. Meanwhile, Inspector Woo welcomes the elite hunter Dong-soo back to Japan. Dong-soo is annoyed to be there, but has business to settle. Woo inquires if Dong-soo intends to meet two specific hunters, but Dong-soo scoffs. He's not there to meet anyone, he's there for revenge. He reveals his intention to take down Jin-woo and his companion within the confines of a dungeon, ensuring no one interferes. Woo, tasked only with monitoring hunters, reluctantly lets Dong-soo go. At the Hunters Association, Choi returns from Jew Island with alarming news. The red ants have evolved and now possess wings. Though their range is currently limited, they may soon be capable of leaving the island entirely, posing a national threat. Go decides to investigate further. Meanwhile, Jin-woo takes Cha to a dungeon raid designed as a training exercise for novice hunters. The strike team leader, Kim Chul, an A-rank tank, grudgingly oversees the operation, viewing it as a waste of his time. Jin-woo, hoping the harshness of the raid would dissuade Cha from hunting, begins to doubt his plan when he sees the strength of the hunters on the team. Once inside, Jin-woo quickly senses something amiss. To everyone's shock, the portal changes color, signaling a red gate. Jin-woo, realizing the danger, tries to pull Cha out, but they're both dragged inside before escaping. Outside, the association learns of the incident. A red gate emerging from a C-rank dungeon seems impossible, and Beck rushes to the scene. Inside the dungeon, Jin-woo explains the peril of the red gate. It's a one-way portal to an isolated dungeon, with no way out until the boss is defeated or a dungeon break occurs. Worse, the monsters are far stronger than usual. As the group processes this, an elf attacks, targeting Cha. Jin-woo saves her in the nick of time, astonishing the rookies with his speed and precision. Kim Chul decides to split the group, taking stronger members with him and leaving weaker ones, including Jin-woo, Cha, and a few others, behind. Unbeknownst to Kim Chul, one of the B-rank hunters chooses to stay with Jin-woo, suspecting his true strength. As the groups part ways, Jin-woo's group faces a den of bears. With calm precision, he summons his shadow soldiers, unleashing an army to deal with the monsters. The bears put up a fierce fight, but the undead soldiers hold their ground. However, when the pack leader emerges, the battle turns dire. Jin-woo exhausts his mana, forcing him to summon Igris, his knight in red armor. Igris easily overpowers the alpha bear, decapitating it in a stunning display of power. Meanwhile, Kim Chul's team isn't faring as well. Ambushed by the ice elves, they're quickly overwhelmed. Kim Chul, paralyzed with fear, abandons his comrades and runs, watched mockingly by the leader of the elves. Jin-woo stares at the ice bear army's corpses. He says, "Arise," and the ice bears' shadows arise from their bodies. Meanwhile, Beak, Dongsu, Woo, An, and Hyun discuss at the Red Gate. An says it's been 3 days since Jinwoo and the others entered this gate. Dongsu thinks Jinwoo died. Before Dongsu leaves, he questions Beak and the others about Jinwoo's intentions. An confirms that Jinwoo participated in this expedition because he wanted to tackle a C rank level mission. Beak stops Dongsu from harming An and the two fight. At the same time, Chul stumbles upon the ice bear's corpses. Chul believes the white demon killed them. Meanwhile, we learn Woo interrupted Donggu and Beak's clash. Woo tells Dongsu who killed Dongsuk, but Dongsu argues that Jinho murdered his brother. Dongsu receives a text on his phone and departs. Meanwhile, Chul observes Heejin, Songyi, and another gentleman chatting at a shelter. Chul confronts the group and informs them about his teammates' demise. He argues his group died because someone took all their gear. Jinwoo knocks out Chul. The former senses an enemy group nearby and demands them to reveal themselves. The group reveals themselves and our heroes learn they are ice demons. Jinwoo interacts with the ice demons. He discovers he can understand their language thanks to the player log system. Jinwoo chats with the ice demon's leader, Boruka. He murders Boruka's comrade and hurts his horse. Boruka says a voice wants him and the others to harm humans. However, the voice doesn't want Boruka and the others to harm Jinwoo. Jinwoo wonders if the ice demon's internal voice works similarly to the player log's command system. Boruka orders Jinwoo to give him his humans. He promises to spare Jinwoo's life. He glitches briefly and Jinwoo's confused. Nevertheless, Jinwoo refuses to hand his allies over to the leader. Jinwoo summons his shadow army and his army clashes with the leader's brigade. Boruka rushes toward Jinwoo and Chul does the same. When smoke envelops Jinwoo, Jinwoo orders Igris to murder Chul. Chul dies and Jinwoo uses his abilities to extract Chul's shadow. Chul turns into a large shadow knight and Jinwoo names him Iron. Jinwoo, Igris, and Iron fight Boruka. After Jinwoo's army defeats Boruka's forces, they assist Jinwoo's group in defeating Boruka. A new gate appears and Jinwoo tells Heejin and the others that it's time to depart. Before Jinwoo's group departs, he attempts to extract Boruka's shadow. Jinwoo's group returns to the city. Beak stops Jinwoo and wants to know what happened inside the gate. Jinwoo tells him to ask the guild because he's tired and wants to return home. Beak stops Jinwoo and Jinwoo understands Beak's concerns. However, Jinwoo wants Beak to thank him for saving 2 White Tiger Guild members. Beak apologizes to Jinwoo and Jinwoo takes Songyi home. Beak tells An to bring Jinwoo to his guild. After Jinwoo drops Songyi off, we learn he couldn't extract Boruka's shadow. Jinwoo believes it's because there's a big gap between his and Boruka's strength. Jinho picks up Jinwoo and Songyi in the morning. Jinho is perplexed by Songyi and Jinwoo's close connection. Then the trio heads to their next destination. Jinwoo and Jinho successfully conquer a dungeon, collecting its valuable magic gems. Meanwhile, on a ruined boat, a man confronts Ilhwan, whose comrades are scattered on the ground. Ilhwan reassures him that they're alive and unharmed. Calmly, Ilhwan states his only wish, to return home. After finishing their dungeon quest, Jinwoo and Jinho visit a restaurant. Jinwoo is satisfied that they've completed all 19 quests, while Jinho excitedly shares his next goal, earning his guild master's license. He plans to use the license as leverage to negotiate with his father, Myunghan, for control of the Yujin Guild. Jinwoo supports his determination, though he mentions needing some privacy for his next steps. Jinho wistfully wishes they were brothers, to which Jinwoo warmly replies that he already considers him as one. Elsewhere, Ilhwan is imprisoned. 2 men, tasked with overseeing his confinement, discuss the situation. They suspect Ilhwan might be a humanoid beast and confirm they've reported the matter to Dongsu. Until Dongsu returns, they agree to hold off on further investigations. Meanwhile, Jinwoo uses his key to re-enter the demon's castle, the same place where he previously faced Cerberus. Upon entry, the player log system assigns him a new quest, to collect 10,000 demon souls. At the same time, Jin-ho confronts his father, Myung-hin, and demands control of the Yujin Guild. Surprisingly, Myung-hin agrees, but under one condition: Jin-ho must recruit Jin-woo to the guild. Jin-ho accepts the challenge. Back in the demon's castle, Jin-woo defeats countless demons. After completing the first floor, the player log grants him an entry permit for the second floor. Jin-woo summons the Ice Bear boss from his shadow army, naming it Tank, and together they charge into battle against a horde of demons. Elsewhere, Hee-in relaxes in a public pool, reflecting on her recent conversation with Choi about Jeju Island's flying ants. Choi had only disclosed this information to a select few, which Hee-in questions. She believes the public has a right to know, but Choi defends the decision, explaining that the association prioritized controlling panic. He shifts the focus to their shared goal of establishing the strongest guild in the country. Jin-woo eventually collects all 10,000 demon souls, completing the quest. He then faces the Lord of the Lower Floors, Avaricious Vulcan, and his army. With the combined power of his shadow soldiers and his own strength, Jin-woo defeats Vulcan and claims victory. Meanwhile, Dong-soo interrogates Il-hwan, who warns of a threat far greater than dungeons, gates, or magical beasts. He describes this force as something against which humanity is powerless. During the confrontation, Il-hwan reveals his son's name, sparking Dong-soo's murderous intent. The two engage in a fierce battle, causing catastrophic destruction in the surrounding area. Firefighters later arrive to clean up the aftermath, confirming that Il-hwan emerged victorious over Dong-soo. Back in the demon's castle, Jin-woo reflects on his progress after defeating Metis, the Guide of Souls, on the 75th floor. He now possesses 2 of the 3 required materials for the Elixir of Life. Determined, he vows to find the final ingredient and complete his journey soon. Jin-woo reflects on his predicament. He argues he must raise his rank to participate in higher-level raids. He plans to get his hunter rank reassessed. At the Hunter Association reassessment area, Hyun scouts for hunters. Hyun calls Beak and lets him know that Jin-woo is here to get his rank reassessed. A woman escorts Jin-woo to a waiting area. 2 hunters discuss the reassessment process nearby. Jin-woo enters the reassessment area. A female association worker runs into trouble with Jin-woo's reassessment. Another worker enters the room to investigate. He tells the female worker that Jin-woo is inaccessible. The worker claims Jin-woo possesses more magic power than the machine can measure. The worker claims Jin-woo is an S rank. He also says Jin-woo is the 10th person in the country to achieve this. Meanwhile, Choi and Woo discuss the Red Gate event. Choi wants to learn about the outsider Jin-woo who participated in the raid. Woo tells Choi he doesn't have all the details regarding the event. Choi and Woo hear something happening in the lobby. They travel to the lobby to investigate. While others gossip about Jin-woo in the lobby, a worker tells Jin-woo the reassessment machine isn't working. He wants Jin-woo to return in 3 days to get reassessed again. Woo and Choi enter the lobby. Choi greets Jin-woo and wants to discuss guilds with him. Jin-woo tells Choi he's busy and departs. Then, Beak enters the lobby. While Hyun explains what happened to Jin-woo, Choi realizes Beak wants to talk to Jin-woo. Choi believes Jin-woo was the outsider who cleared the Red Gate. Jin-woo visits his mother in the hospital. He exits her hospital room and notices Woo nearby. Woo introduces Jin-woo to Go. Go congratulates Jin-woo on achieving S rank. He argues he doesn't need a machine to determine that Jin-woo earned it. Go wants Jin-woo to join his association and offers him a job. He argues that Jin-woo joining one of the 5 guilds will disrupt the balance. Jin-woo declines Go's offer. He tells Go he wants to continue fighting magic beasts in dungeons. Go understands, and Jin-woo departs. Meanwhile, a deputy chief visits Dong-soo in the hospital. The chief wants to know if Il-hwan is a magic beast. Dong-soo argues that Il-hwan is a magic beast. The chief tells Dong-soo that people are looking for Il-hwan. However, the chief doesn't believe they'll catch him. The chief departs. Dong-soo reflects on his battle with Il-hwan. Il-hwan told Dong-soo not to mess with his family. Dong-soo wants to retrieve artifacts. He wants to use an artifact to fight Il-hwan. Meanwhile, Jin-woo researches artifacts on his computer. Jin-woo wants flawless gear before he tackles the demon's castle again. He discovers a job listing. Jin-woo wants to recruit people for a rank gate. Meanwhile, Go and Woo research Jin-woo's hunter background and discuss his activities. Go and Woo discover Jin-woo took on a mining job. Jin-woo speaks with the manager. Jin-woo informs the audience high-level dungeons demand a degree of specialization. He discusses the strike, mining, and collection teams' dungeon jobs. After Choi, Hee-in, and others defeat the magic beasts inside the A-rank dungeon, they exit its gate. Jin-woo comments on Choi and Hee-in's credentials. Then, Jin-woo and his co-workers enter the dungeon. Jin-woo senses the A-rank dungeon boss and wants to fight it. While Jin-woo and his co-workers perform their duties, someone tells Jin-woo it's break time. Jin-woo tells his co-workers he wants to finish his task before taking a break. After Jin-woo's co-workers depart, Jin-woo heads for the A-rank dungeon boss's location. Jin-woo arrives at the boss's chamber. He knows he shouldn't kill the boss. However, that doesn't stop him from wanting to fight it. Then, Hee-in stops Jin-woo and asks Jin-woo what he intends to do. Hee-in tells Jin-woo to move away from the gate. She doesn't want Jin-woo to anger the boss and endanger the mining team. Before Jin-woo departs, Hee-in smells Jin-woo. Hee-in learns Jin-woo is a hunter. She checks Jin-woo's ID and lets him go. Jin-woo regroups with the miners. The miners tell Jin-woo that Hee-in protects them from the boss. They inform Jin-woo that Hee-in is uncomfortable with certain hunter scents. They state it's a part of Hee-in's unique constitution. This is why Hee-in always covers her nose with a handkerchief. Jin-woo reflects on his encounter with Hee-in and realizes he doesn't have a distinct hunter scent. He argues it's because he's the player. Later, a miner hands Jin-woo his payment. He offers Jin-woo a chance to work with them more, but Jin-woo declines. The miner convinces Jin-woo to assist his group for one more day. He does so by bringing up some A and C rank raid missions that will occur. The miner promises to convince his boss about doubling Jin-woo's salary. Meanwhile, Hee-in calls someone on the phone. Hee-in wants information on Jin-woo. The person on the phone tells Hee-in that Jin-woo's information is sealed away. Hee-in hangs up the phone and ponders what she knows about Jin-woo. She says Jin-woo is the first person she's met with a nice scent. Jin-woo meets with the miners the next day to complete his duties. During Jin-woo's break, Captain Sun Ki-hoon greets him and the miners. Ki-hoon wants to borrow a miner for luggage-carrying purposes. He's willing to give a volunteer a risk allowance. Jin-woo accepts Ki-hoon's offer. Jin-woo, Ki-hoon, and Ki-hoon's assault team enter an A-rank dungeon. Ki-hoon confirms he's not an official captain yet. He says he'll become a captain once this raid mission is done. Several jackal magic beasts arrive and attack Ki-hoon's group and Jin-woo. Ki-hoon's group defeats the jackals. Then, a group of high orcs arrive to fight our heroes. The high orcs overwhelm Ki-hoon's group. Jin-woo relies on his stealth abilities to secretly assist them. Ki-hoon's group defeats the high orcs. One of the members confronts Ki-hoon about their victory, and everyone is skeptical about how they won. One of the members confirms she detected Jin-woo's stealth skill during the fight. She promises not to disclose Jin-woo's abilities to the others since he saved them. Ki-hoon's comrades convince Ki-hoon that they should retreat. Ki-hoon's group and Jin-woo arrive at the A-rank dungeon's entrance. Someone tells Ki-hoon that a high-level entity placed this barrier at the entrance. She says it'll take her time to remove the barrier. Suddenly, everyone senses the dungeon boss' magic power nearby. The person removing the barrier gets injured along with others. Ki-hoon's group and Jin-woo turn around. They notice 50 high orcs behind them. One of the high orcs greets Ki-hoon. He introduces himself as Kargalgan and confirms he's the one who blocked the dungeon's entrance. Kargalgan offers Ki-hoon a chance to see him or die by his hands. Ki-hoon chooses the former option. Kargalgan departs with his comrades. Jin-woo approaches Ki-hoon. He wants Jin-woo to escape the dungeon and gather his other assault team once he and the others distract Kargalgan and his comrades. One of Ki-hoon's allies hands Jin-woo her short will. She wants Jin-woo to give it to her family. Jin-woo understands and takes her will. Concurrently, he visits the mining team's current work location. One of the workers confronts Hee-in. Hee-in asks the worker for intel about Jin-woo's whereabouts. He tells Hee-in that Jin-woo volunteered as Ki-hoon's group's porter. The worker confirms that Jin-woo entered the A-rank dungeon next to them. Ki-hoon's group and Jin-woo greet Kargalgan at his base. Hee-in asks a miner for a weapon. She wants to investigate the A-rank dungeon nearby. Meanwhile, Jin-woo and Ki-hoon's group are surrounded by Kargalgan's high orc army. Kargalgan tells Ki-hoon's group and Jin-woo that he wants to kill, torment, and devour them. He says this will entertain his troops. Ki-hoon rushes at Kargalgan alone. Kargalgan uses his magic and gravity powers to deflect Ki-hoon's attack. He also harms Ki-hoon in the process. Jin-woo gets involved and saves Ki-hoon. He tells Ki-hoon to escape the dungeon with the others. Jin-woo wants to defeat Kargalgan and his army alone. Jin-woo summons his shadow army and prepares to fight Kargalgan. Meanwhile, Woo and his acquaintances arrive at the A-rank dungeon's location. A miner tells Woo that Jin-woo accepted a porter job from Ki-hoon. He tells Woo that Jin-woo and Ki-hoon's group entered the A-rank dungeon. The miner tells Woo that he entered the dungeon a bit ago too. Before Woo enters the dungeon, a strange aura passes by him and the others. At the same time, we see Hee-in commenting on the dead high orc bodies surrounding her. Hee-in grabs her pickaxe and heads to Kargalgan's location. Concurrently, Jin-woo enhances his shadow army's strength with a new magic skill he obtained. Then, Jin-woo's army fights Kargalgan's army. Jin-woo tries to get near Kargalgan. However, Kargalgan uses his magic to push Jin-woo back and exterminate Jin-woo's forces. Ki-hoon's group uses this opportunity to head to safety. Meanwhile, one of Woo's comrades tells Woo that the A-rank dungeon's strength is nearing that of an S-rank dungeon. Woo tells his allies to contact the Master of Hunters to support the assault team inside the dungeon. Meanwhile, Jin-woo summons and drinks a potion. Then, Jin-woo summons an army of undead high orcs. Jin-woo tells Kargalgan that he'll become a member of his army soon. Kargalgan speculates that Jin-woo is some type of lord. Then, Kargalgan says he's received a command to hunt humans and must obey it. Kargalgan orders his army to murder and bring the corpses of everyone who defies him. Meanwhile, Choi and one of his female workers discuss the A-rank dungeon. The female worker is concerned that the A-rank dungeon incident could lead to another Jeju Island incident. Choi tells the girl to send many hunters to the A-rank dungeon's location. Meanwhile, Jin-woo's army and Kargalgan's army continue clashing. Ki-hoon's group wants to support Jin-woo, but Kargalgan stops them with his magic powers. Kargalgan confronts Jin-woo and tries to use his magic powers on Jin-woo. His powers don't affect Jin-woo. Jin-woo summons his mages and his mages destroy Kargalgan's magic shield. Hee-in arrives and is perplexed by what's happening on the battlefield. Kargalgan and Jin-woo clash. Woo arrives on the battlefield. Hee-in learns Woo knew of Jin-woo's strength long before she discovered it. Jin-woo and his army defeat Kargalgan. Jin-woo uses his shadow extraction ability on Kargalgan's dead body. Kargalgan transforms into a shadow soldier. Jin-woo gives Kargalgan the name Fang. Ki-hoon's group, Hee-in, and Woo confront Jin-woo. Woo and his men stand in front of Jin-woo. They tell Ki-hoon's group and Hee-in that Jin-woo is their association's top secret. Woo wants everyone to keep what happened in this dungeon a secret from others. Ki-hoon thanks Jin-woo for his assistance. Jin-woo gives one of Ki-hoon's comrades her will back. Meanwhile, Choi chats with Ki-hoon about what happened at the A-rank dungeon. Choi says everyone returned from the expedition safely. He also discusses the information he acquired about Jin-woo's abilities. Choi asks Ki-hoon if he's stronger than Jin-woo. Cahoon infers that Jin-woo is stronger than Choi since Choi admits he can't handle an A-rank dungeon alone. Choi asks Cahoon to bring Jin-woo to him. Meanwhile, Jin-woo meets with Jin-ho at a cafe. Jin-woo and Jin-ho casually discuss Jin-ho's guild master discussion with Myung-hyun. Meanwhile, several reporters are standing outside the Hunters Association building. They're all discussing Lee Min-sung's recent awakening. Min-sung is in a nearby vehicle. He's reflecting on the current situation, looking at the reporters. Beek and Choi arrive at the Hunters Association building, where reporters bombard them with questions about recruiting Lee Min-sung. Beek dismisses them, stating they're here for something else. As they approach the building, they argue over recruiting Jin-woo. One of Min-sung's men mistakes their discussion for a dispute over Min-sung, but they quickly correct him. Meanwhile, Jin-woo, observing from afar, confirms he's there to have his hunter rank reassessed. Inside, Min-sung holds a press conference announcing his awakening and plans to undergo a rank reassessment. He expresses his desire to fight under Lim Tae-jae, the Fiend Guild's master. Privately, Min-sung sees this as a temporary move. He believes that after 2 years, his past scandals will be forgotten, allowing him to return to the entertainment industry. As Jin-woo attempts to enter the building, a worker stops him due to Min-sung's conference. Go arrives and ensures Jin-woo is allowed inside. Meanwhile, Woo prevents Min-sung from entering for his reassessment. Jin-woo, Go, and an official proceed deeper into the building, where the official explains Jin-woo must verify his hunter ability system. Encouraged by Go, Jin-woo showcases the true extent of his summoning ability, astonishing Beek and Choi, who sense his overwhelming power. After some time, Jin-woo receives his new hunter license. He plans to sell an item and conquer the demon's castle. As he leaves, Beek and Choi attempt to speak with him, but he brushes them off, saying he's busy. The press swarms him, and concurrently, Song Yi alerts Jinna that Jin-woo is on television. He has become the 10th S-rank hunter in history. The news sends shockwaves through the community. Elsewhere, Jin-ho meets with Myung-hyun, revealing his failure to recruit Jin-woo. Jin-woo told him he prefers to grow stronger on his own, believing an organization would hinder his progress. However, Jin-woo did instruct Jin-ho to follow him instead. Myung-hyun scolds Jin-ho, but Jin-ho remains resolute in his decision. Beek and Choi attempt to help Jin-woo escape the media, but he uses his own strength to break free. He visits a hunter auction site, where a seller offers him artifacts to resist heat in dungeons. Jin-woo is interested but finds them overpriced. The seller jokes that Jin-woo can have them for free if he breaks the protective glass, but quickly stops him when he takes it seriously. Another seller offers Jin-woo a weapon, but again, he finds the price too high, realizing even his player log shop's weapons are more expensive. As Beek speculates on Jin-woo's abilities, believing he possesses a limitless growth potential, Jin-woo returns home to inform Jinna he'll be away for a week. Jin-ho arrives, and Jin-woo introduces him to Jinna, explaining they'll be working together for a week. Later, Jin-woo summons his high orc shadows, entrusting 2 of them to protect Jinna while he's gone. On the rooftop, he commands his shadow soldiers to patrol the area. The next morning, Jin-ho drives Jin-woo to Daesung Tower, where Jin-woo prepares to train. He enters the demon's castle dungeon, equips various accessories, checks his new tasks, and teleports to the 76th floor. Meanwhile, Myung-hyun collapses at home due to overwork. At the hospital, his wife learns from the doctor that he may have eternal slumber disease. Back in the dungeon, Jin-woo encounters a massive demon and summons Kiba, his high orc shadow, equipping him with the Sphere of Avarice. Kiba swiftly annihilates the demon. After 2 hunters elsewhere face a bug-like magic beast, the focus returns to Jin-woo, who has reached the 80th floor. Having split his shadow army into 4 groups, he notices one is struggling and investigates. He battles a powerful demon knight, defeating 3 before confronting the 4th. As he prepares for the final clash, he wonders, can magic beasts feel fear? Jin-woo faces off against a female demon knight. When she removes her helmet and surrenders, he he hesitates, confused, and turns to leave. Seizing the opportunity, she attempts to strike him from behind, but Tusk swiftly intervenes, stopping her attack. Rather than killing her, Jin-woo listens to her plea. She offers to secure him an entry permit for the upper floors in exchange for her life. He agrees, and the knight introduces herself as Isil, eldest daughter of the Reborn family. As they travel together, Isil reveals that a voice in her head commands her to protect this space. She explains that she and the other knights once resided in the demon realm, preparing for war against a powerful adversary, before inexplicably awakening here. Meanwhile, Woo discusses a recent disaster with Hunter Association officials, including Go. The meeting centers on a catastrophic event involving giant insect-like magic beasts that devastated an island, endangering both hunters and civilians. Go orders Woo to alert neighboring islands before launching the 4th Jeju Island raid mission. Back in the Demon Castle, Jin-woo, Tusk, and Essel arrive at the Reborn family's stronghold. Essel's father grants Jin-woo an entry permit and allows Essel to accompany him as a guide, helping him locate the remaining permits. With Essel's assistance, Jin-woo clears the 89th floor, securing several permits while Igris and Tank grow stronger. Later, Jin-woo approaches Isil and instructs her to return the negotiation gifts, explaining that he spared her family simply because he likes them. On the 90th floor, Jin-woo and Essel stumble upon Baron, the Lord of Demons, and his wyvern. Baron summons an army of soldiers, and Jin-woo counters by calling forth his own. As their forces clash, Essel provides a crucial distraction, giving Jin-woo the opening he needs to strike Baron down. Meanwhile, Hee-in and Choi discuss the upcoming Jeju Island raid. At the same time, Hankawa and Goto-ruji, the Draw Sword Guild's master, meet with Woo, Go, and other officials. Hankawa shares intelligence about the insect-type magic beasts, while Goto announces his participation in the raid, vowing to lure out the other ants while the strike team eliminates the queen. Back in the Demon Castle, Jin-woo delivers a bold declaration to Essel her family will rise to the top of the ranks. Essel, amused, corrects him on their name. It's Reborn, not Rades. Jin-woo successfully crafts the elixir of life before extracting the shadow of the demon monarch's dragon, naming it Kaisel. He then crushes a rune stone and acquires a powerful new ability, Shadow Exchange, allowing him to instantly swap places with any of his shadow soldiers. Removing his cloak, Jin-woo instructs Essel to attend the Reborn family's gathering alone. He then activates Shadow Exchange, teleporting back to Earth. Upon arrival, he learns that the ability has a 3-hour cooldown. Without hesitation, he mounts Kaisel and departs for his next destination. Meanwhile, Woo and Go discuss strategies for the upcoming Jeju Island raid, focusing on eliminating the insect magic beast queen. Woo also mentions that he has yet to contact Jin-woo. Elsewhere, Beek and his friend Byung-gu share a meal at a diner. Beek reveals his decision to join the raid, determined to prevent further tragedies like Yoonseok's. Byung-gu, on the other hand, has chosen to step away from hunting, opting to take the civil service exam instead. Jin-woo arrives at the hospital, where he pours the elixir of life into his mother's mouth. Initially, nothing happens, but then, miraculously, she awakens. Overcome with emotion, Jin-woo updates her on everything that has happened since she fell ill. They share a tearful reunion, grateful that his efforts have finally paid off. The next morning, 2 doctors discuss her unprecedented recovery, noting that the family has requested an immediate discharge. Back home, Jin-woo, his mother, and Jinna spend the day cleaning and catching up. As Jin-woo reflects on whether he has crossed a line that shouldn't have been crossed, his thoughts are interrupted by a phone call. Meanwhile, Woo and Go meet in Go's office, where they discuss Thomas Andre, an American S-rank authority hunter. Despite attending the recent press conference, Andre refuses to participate in the Jeju Island raid. Go understands his reasons, though Woo remains skeptical. Their conversation is cut short when Woo informs Go that Jin-woo is on his way. Upon arriving, Jin-woo is immediately asked to assist with the mission, but before he can respond, he senses an overwhelming magical presence nearby. Go explains that several rank hunters are currently training at the city's gym. Curious, Jin-woo accompanies Go to observe. At the gym, they find Ma and Beak engaged in an intense sparring session. Choi joins them and briefs Jin-woo on the guilds and their top hunters. Meanwhile, tensions rise when Goto's translator makes disrespectful remarks about some of the Korean hunters. Enraged, Jong-soo and his comrades confront her, prompting Goto to propose a friendly match, but only among S-rank hunters. Go intervenes, suggesting that non-combat hunters be excluded. Beak further refines the rules, which Goto accepts without hesitation. The match is set. One team consists of Hee-in, Beak, Goto, and Ma, while the opposing team features Tawada, Kumamoto, Hoshino, and Tanaka. As anticipation builds, someone announces the start of the battle. Two elite hunter teams clash. Beak quickly realizes Atsushi isn't a skilled fighter and suspects Goto is using the match to test his team. As the fight escalates, Beak's teammates fall, leaving only him and Hee-in. She defeats her opponent and rushes to help Beak, but Atsushi intercepts. When he tries to attack her in a rage, Jin-woo steps in, effortlessly subduing him. Jin-woo convinces Hee-in to surrender, ensuring the fight stays within the rules. Afterward, Goto's attendant challenges Jin-woo to fight Goto directly. Jin-woo agrees if Goto fights at full power. Meanwhile, Joo-hee makes a call about the Jeju Island raid mission's sentry team. Jin-woo and Goto face off, but before they can go all out, Beak and the others intervene. Impressed by Jin-woo's skill, the hunters praise him until he reveals he's already placed shadow soldiers in Goto's group, secretly monitoring them. Later, Goto learns Jin-woo isn't on the Jeju Island raid list, which surprises Hee-in and Beak, who also realize Byung-gu is missing. Choi confirms only 15 S-rank hunters are participating. Meanwhile, Jin-woo enjoys dinner with his family, revealing he declined the mission to spend time with his mother. On Jeju Island, the queen ant watches her swarm devour each other, hoping a worthy successor emerges. A news report details the Hunter Association's strategy, sending all hunters to the sentry team. As the mission begins, Beak is surprised when Byung-gu unexpectedly joins. Go orders the hunters into action. Choi's helicopter is attacked mid-air, but he destroys the ants and lands safely. His team activates interference waves to block the Queen's signals. While other groups battle the ants, Choi's squad infiltrates a cave, sealing the entrance behind them. Deep inside, Beak notices multiple tunnels. Choi's fire magic reveals the Queen's passage. The team discovers an egg nest and an empty cocoon, proof that something powerful has already hatched. Elsewhere, Kenzo reunites with his team and asks for healing. His comrade, Shimizu, agrees if he gives her something in return. Before he can answer, an ant beheads her, cutting their conversation short. The Queen Ant's strongest child massacres hunters on Jeju Island, while Dong-wook battles swarms of ants, noting their S-rank strength. Despite the challenge, Hee-in, Beak, and Byung-gu eliminate many. Beak locates the Queen Ant's chamber and leads his team there, warning them about her elite guards. Meanwhile, Ippei finds ant remains and spots Tatsumi's broken glasses. Suddenly, Kei vomits, overwhelmed by a terrible stench, and unleashes his ice abilities. Elsewhere, Kani and Atsushi battle ants in town. As Beak's group clashes with the Queen's forces, they learn their battle is being streamed to 80% of Japan. After overcoming the guards, they engage the Queen herself. Working together, they restrain her long enough for Hee-in to land the final blow, decapitating her. Before they can celebrate, an urgent warning comes: the ants are returning to the nest. To their shock, they break through Choi's barrier. The Queen Ant's strongest child arrives, walks to his mother's corpse, and devours her. Then, he systematically takes down Beak's entire team, overpowering them with ease. Dong-wook fights back while Byung-gu provides healing support. But when the child mortally wounds Dong-wook, Byung-gu steps in only to be killed. The child then strangles Beak, demanding to know where Beak's king is. Sensing a stronger presence, he suddenly leaves, and Beak assumes he's hunting for Goto. Meanwhile, Goto's squad advances, but Ishida reports losing contact with 2 hunter teams. Goto calls Kanny, who confirms the radio silence. He orders his group to meet hers at the rendezvous point, only to stumble upon the gruesome remains of fallen hunters. Goto updates Chairman Matsumoto, who sees their impending failure as an opportunity Japan will claim victory by defeating the S-rank gate alone. Matsumoto then orders his hunters to withdraw and regroup with the fleet's 2nd Strike Force. Before they can escape, the Queen's child arrives and kills Ishida. Goto tells his remaining ally to flee to sea with Bravo Squad while he stays behind. Facing the child, Goto boldly declares himself everyone's king. The child, radiating an aura identical to Jinwoo's, attacks. Meanwhile, more ants swarm Beak's battered team. Choi fights back with fire magic but grows weaker. Just as the hunters brace for defeat, Jinwoo's shadow soldiers emerge, holding the ants at bay. Cut to Jinwoo, standing on a rooftop. He utters a single word, exchange. Jinwoo's shadow soldiers engage the ant magic beasts before he personally arrives on the battlefield. Meanwhile, Go and Woo struggle to contact the hunters on Jeju Island, prompting Go to gather intel. As Jinwoo's forces continue their assault, Dong-wook and the others watch in disbelief. Jinwoo assures them he'll explain later and heals their wounds with potions except for Hee-in, whose injuries are too severe for the potion to work. Beak warns of more incoming ants. At a meeting, Go urges his peers to restore the broadcast and prepare medic and retrieval teams. Meanwhile, Chairman Matsumoto receives word that Goto may have died in battle. Jinwoo evaluates the battlefield and orders Choi's group to fight any ants that slip past his soldiers. He discreetly extracts shadows from fallen ants and asks his allies to keep it a secret. Suddenly, the Queen Ant's strongest son arrives, seeking the hunter's king. Everyone assumes he killed Goto. As Jinwoo confronts the son, a technician restores the broadcast signal. Go, relieved to see Jinwoo, believes he can stop the sun. The two clash, but the sun injects Jinwoo with a deadly toxin. Meanwhile, Matsumoto learns half his hunters are dead and orders the survivors to regroup at sea before returning to the island. Kanny's team hears the news, with Minoru doubting they stand a chance against the sun. Back in battle, Jinwoo purges the toxin using the player log. The sun transforms, but Jinwoo summons dual swords and overpowers him. Unlocking a new skill, mutilation, Jinwoo delivers a crushing blow, forcing the sun to call for reinforcements. Jinwoo's soldiers annihilate the incoming ant army. With the sun defeated, Jinwoo regroups with Dong-wook's team and gives Hee-in the elixir of life. However, the player log warns it won't work. As Hee-in's life slips away, Jinwoo suddenly has an idea to save her. Jinwoo asks a cameraman to stop recording before extracting a shadow from Byung-goo's corpse. Meanwhile, Chairman Matsumoto's soldiers discuss Plan 9, a return to Jeju Island. Minoru protests, but Ryuji argues they're safe now that the Queen Ant's strongest son is dead. Jinwoo explains to Dong-wook's group that Byung-goo wanted him to use his powers. Byung-goo's shadow heals Hee-in, but at Beak's request, Jinwoo releases him. Byung-goo smiles at Beak before disappearing. Matsumoto, watching Jinwoo's actions, cancels Plan 9. Elsewhere, Hee-jin and other hunters battle rogue ants now leaderless. Meanwhile, Beak, Choi, and the others leave the Queen's cave by aircraft, while Jinwoo stays behind to destroy remaining ant eggs. Reaching level 100, he extracts the sun's shadow and names him Baru. He then summons more shadows and orders Baru to eliminate any remaining threats. Go later reports that the 4th Jeju Island raid has ended successfully, with Hee-in hospitalized. Elsewhere, a swarm of ants overruns a location, only for an unnamed hunter to wipe them out with a single devastating attack. He remarks that he probably would have enjoyed fighting the Black Ant. At a memorial, Jinwoo and the hunters honor their fallen allies. Some criticize Jin-woo for joining the fight late, believing it caused unnecessary casualties. Beak, however, thanks him. Jin-woo confides in Go about his regrets, but Go reassures him and promises a reward. Jin-woo then reveals his plan to start a guild. Meanwhile, low-rank hunters cleaning the queen's lair encounter a mysterious hunter and his ally, who knock them out before leaving. Il-hwan watches from a distance. While driving, Jin-woo gets a call from Go about a nearby B-rank gate. He enters, only for it to turn red, trapping him inside with an army of magic beasts. Summoning his soldiers, he engages in battle. Meanwhile, he tells Choi she wants to become stronger. Back in the dungeon, Jin-woo's army defeats the magic beasts. As his soldiers bow before him, Jin-woo declares he is ready for the next hunt. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.